this episode of Movie Guys Podcast. Today we're doing something different. We're not going to be reviewing a new movie. We are talking about remakes, our love and discuss forum. Of course, my name is Jordan, and my daughter was born a week ago, so after that week off, I am back and blacker than ever. I masturbate more, and I watch movies.
Oh, God.
Let's get
Oh,
going.
my God.
That was
I'm here.
great. You know, as promised and delivered, that was...
Yeah, I'm here with Eric and Ed. How you guys doing today?
I guess better
I was
now,
doing all right until you started talking about your masturbation.
Well, I'm tired. I gotta get something to get me awake real quick.
It's true.
Yeah, I mean, wait, that puts me to sleep.
Well, if you rub one out in the shower in the morning, it does wake me. It wakes you up.
In the morning, Ed, I'm at work at 4 o'clock in the morning. Shower does not work.
You know, it all depends on if I've had my coffee or not. That's the big part of it or not.
That's true.
The
Yes,
the pre-baked coffee.
Well, we're here talking about remakes. I know Eric has a few lists together. I have a few lists together too. We don't really know what we're going to be talking about. Really, what I mean by that, fans, is that we're just going to talk about remakes, what we like about them, what we dislike about them, and see where the conversation goes, because we're preparing for our next episode, which is Blair Witch, or Blair Witch 3, which I'm so excited for. So we hope you guys enjoy this little mini episode that we got going on. I'm excited to talk about it.
I think it was brought up, and correct me if I'm wrong here, Ed, is that it's just because lately a lot of the movies that we see, because we talk about a lot of movies that we want to, review, and that we should be reviewing for the podcast and stuff like that, and a lot of them seem to be lately, either that we have reviewed or we have talked about, have been like remakes or continuing stories or like unneeded sequels, pretty much. So it's just like, all right, well, let's get to it then.
I think personally, the thing that sparked me wanting to have this conversation with you guys and quite frankly with our listeners, is the movie that's come out recently, Ben-Hur.
Okay.
Now, I refuse to see it. And I know it's gotten bad reviews, and forget about it. We're not really talking about the fact that, like, the movie came out. What I'm talking about is that film in itself built basically Hollywood. You've got the greatest fight scene up to date that lasts like half the movie, and the movie's like 30 hours long. and first of all, how do you recreate that modern day? It's just going to look cheesy because looking at it back in the day, it's just different now than it was then. But it was one of the greatest films of all time. That would be like trying to remake The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari. That would be like which, by the way, Tim Burton tries to fucking do, but at least he's not blatant about it. If he remade the movie itself. That'd be like trying to remake The Godfather. That'd be like, things you just can't do in remake Rosebud. Or whatever the fuck movie that was. I'm sorry, I forget.
Citizen Kane.
Yeah, Citizen Kane. Like, you can't, like, those are the films that created the film industry. You can't do it. You can't fucking do it.
They're doing a lot. Actually, in prep for this, I put up a list of remakes that are going to be in the next 10 years that have either been greenlit or are in heavy negotiations for. There are a lot, over 100 that I'm seeing
Jaws
right
is
now.
in there.
Some of them have already been made, like Ghostbusters, like Point Break, and things like that. But some of them I'm looking at them and I'm just like, I don't see why. Voltron, for instance, I just don't see why. Yeah, Voltron has now been made into a new series, a cartoon series on Netflix original apparently.
They're doing Power Rangers.
Yeah, that movie.
See, I'm excited for that though, because it looks badass. You got Bryan Cranston as Zordon and Elizabeth Banks as Rita Repulsa. I'm so pumped for the new Power Rangers reboot. I can't even tell you.
Well, we'll see how it goes. I think it's going to be... We'll see how it goes. Because, you know what? When it comes to remakes, like, you see a lot of the disappointing ones are just like, okay, well, let's just kind of do the same, and let's just get the money. Let's just go off of the name, and let's just collect a paycheck. But it's rough, because I feel that if you do a remake, or if you're taking a movie that's already been made, that what you should do is kind of throw it completely into a different image. I'm not talking about like Batman style, even though those were fun. The city of Gotham has seen its many different colorful changes, and those are fun, anything like that. But I mean, like, okay, for example, when they remade Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, or Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, whatever the hell you want to call it, right? The Gene Wilder
Hmm.
one obviously stands the test of time. That is a classic and will always and forever be. So when they announced that Tim Burton and Johnny Depp were going to do it, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm down because I would like to see Charlie and the Chocolate Factory darker. I want to see like a darker tone type thing. And they didn't do it that way. They made it more like the book with the squirrels and shit like that too. And it was bad, right? I mean, I don't know if you guys like that movie at all. I did not, but I felt like if they would have gone completely, let's go completely other side and make it fucking dark. Let's make it like Marilyn Manson is Willy Wonka. You know, let's make it like who is another one? Tom Petty is Willy Wonka. Just some like really fucking Alice Cooper is Willy Wonka. You know, and let's just make everything just like fucking just dark, gloomy, and just like really just kind of. I think that'd be a completely opposite than the bright kind of thing that we have. Someone who actually is a lunatic, because Willy Wonka is kind of crazy, right?
Hmm.
I actually agree with you, Eric. Every time that movie's on TV, I did not go see that movie in theaters. Maybe I'm a victim of nostalgia. Sorry, but yeah, I have yet to this day seen that movie all the way through. The Tim Burton remake. I can't do it. I don't know if you guys ever had this experience with movies, but you ever turn a movie on when it's on TV, you flip to the channels, and it's always on that one scene every single time. You guys ever experienced that?
Yeah,
Oh my god.
actually,
Um,
recently for me, it's been A Man from Uncle, and
oh,
it's
okay.
it's been the boat scene. It kind of towards the end where Arnie Hammer and Henry Cavill are they're doing the boat scene pretty much. There's only one boat scene, so
Okay.
And I will say this: I did not hate the remake of The Man from Uncle. It was nowhere near as good as the original.
Guy
But
Ritchie,
like, it
baby.
was, I didn't. Yeah, that's probably why.
Well,
Yeah,
see,
love you, Guy
and that's
Ritchie.
why I can't do Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, or whatever they call it, because it's the scene every time where Johnny Depp's character is at the Oompa Loompas treehouse and he's eating the bugs and he spins them around and acts all crazy when he eats, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I mean, the farthest I got in that whole movie was the Gustus Gloop scene. And after
Hmm.
they started to sing and everything, I was like, dude, I'm done. I don't even know. So when you said squirrels, I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? So evidently, it's terrible.
It's in the book in the Charlie and the Glass Elevator. Is that what the book is called? The Roald Dahl book.
That's the sequel, right? That's the sequel, right?
No, it's
Glass
the
Elevator.
it's the Roald Dahl book. It's the original book, and then they made it into a movie called Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, and then they remade it to Charlie and the Chocolate Factory or some crap like that. Someone will
It,
correct me. At least I hope so. And I'm not Google cheating everybody. So if I did, I could probably
yeah.
correct myself. But
I am going to
that's
correct you
fine.
because the original book is Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and then the sequel to that is the Glass Elevator.
Okay. Well, there you go.
Yes. I only know that because I read them when I was in school, elementary school.
I'm surprised you
Now,
remember back that far.
I remember glimpses. But
Hmm.
okay, so I guess my big question to you guys before we continue this conversation, because I do have a lot of opinions on this, are we going to, what are we defining as a remake? Because I think that's a very tough question to ask.
A movie
Because,
that's already been made, the same existing characters, and no forward progression or continuing from the original story.
so would
Right.
Halloween, Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, are those remakes or are those reboots? Because they
We
Those
haven't done
are
any.
well, like let's look at Ghostbusters. That's a reboot. It's a different idea, different. It's the same, like it's same concept, different characters. It's the same story, different people are playing it. A remake is the same characters, the same idea,
Yeah.
even if it's told differently, it's the same. You have the same players telling a story.
So then where does Freddie, Michael, Jason fall into that category for those new movies that they
Now,
came out
now
with?
this is I feel those to be pretty much just because those are a little bit of a weird kind of a weird part. I would say that those are just kind of I don't know. I guess series, just because those are just timeless characters that just kind of keep on going. Rob Zombie had even said that it's just a revisioning. So I would go with that. That kind of scary movies are in kind of the same rule of like a comic book type thing, where yeah, you could. I would say the remakes. I mean, they can kind of, but I mean, at the same time, like they're killing different people. There's only one character that's constant, and that's
The
Freddy,
killer.
Jason, or yeah, Michael Myers.
I will say this though.
Yeah.
I know this one's gonna piss Jordan off something fierce. The Dawn of the Dead remake.
There you go.
What about it?
I like I just the fact that it exists. Knowing you, Jordan, like you're a zombie guy. That the original trilogy, of the Dead trilogy is to touch that is almost sacrilege. You
Um,
know,
I didn't think it was
I,
that bad. Like,
they had zombies walking through the fucking lake and then
I'll,
coming out the other side.
yeah, I'll tell you what was.
that's Land of the Dead, but that's different.
I'll tell you
Was
what
it
was
Land? Was it
bad.
Land of the Dead? Okay.
Like Psycho. Remember the Psycho remake with Vince Vaughn?
Yes,
And
yes,
I
I
fucking
do.
hate Christian Bale. I fucking hate Christian Bale. Jordan knows this because I have this
What
thing.
are you talking
Anything
about?
he's
No, no,
in.
no, 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 no.
Why are
Psycho.
you talking about Christian?
Not American
What are you talking
Psycho.
Yeah,
Uh,
Psycho.
Okay.
Psycho.
The Hitchcock remake, all pretty much shot for shot remake of yeah, Norman Bates. You know what I'm talking
Okay. Well,
about now?
that tells you I haven't seen the remake then.
If you've
Well,
seen the
Eric.
original, then you've seen the remake.
Yeah. Eric, I actually like, and this is interesting. You might find this fun. Both of you guys may have been. I actually really like this the Gus Von Sant Psycho remake, and you know why I like it a lot?
What's that?
Do you own it, or have you ever listened to the commentaries
No,
of that
no,
movie?
no, God, no. I mean,
The commentary that he does, you can take it as bullshit if you want. I choose to believe, what he says, because here's the thing. Gus Von Sant came out of nowhere at that time. He was an independent director. He did nothing really huge. He came out with Good Will Hunting, wins an Oscar, and he literally is untouchable at that time. And the studio says, we will do whatever you want to do. And guess
Let's be honest about Good Will Hunting. By the way, that was all Matt Damon.
Well, it doesn't matter because Gus Van Sant directed it. So
Right.
since he won the Oscar, the studio says, "What do you want to do?" And he goes, "I don't want to work for the studio. Good Will Hunting was independently made. I want to do my own shit." They're like, "No, we're gonna give you any money you want, anything you want. It's all you." And Gus Van Sant said, "I like to remake Psycho shot for shot." And they're like, "Okay." And he said in the commentary, believe it or not, I mean, a lot of people probably don't, but I do. He made it as a joke and as a fuck you to the studio because they're literally that dumb.
what? Oh,
Really?
so he this is a protest film? Is that what you're saying?
That's what he says in the commentary. There are two different commentary tracks on the DVD, and he says that. You can Google it, you can Wikipedia it. He has said from all the interviews that he never wanted to be a part of the Hollywood system. He hates Hollywood. He wanted to do independent films. He made one movie with Good Will Hunting that was just everybody liked it and it was phenomenon. The studio literally said, "Here's a blank check. Whatever you want to do, we'll make it." And then he just came up with with his words, and I quote, "I came up with the most absurd idea ever. Let's remake Psycho." And they said yes.
Here's what I want to know about him then. If he hates the system and hates everything about Hollywood, and why is every movie he's ever made called Gus Van Zant's whatever the fuck?
What
Like
are you
he puts
talking
it, every single one of his movies, if you've noticed recently, like they're not actually called the title of the movie. It's Gus Van Sant, title of the movie.
The only one that I can think of recently would be Last Days. But, I mean, he's made Elephant, which is about Columbine.
But
Last Days.
I'll have to look that up.
No, with Elephant and Milk, they were advertised as like, for instance, I'm pretty sure it was Milk, a Gus Van Sant film.
Okay.
Like it,
Well, that's
it
because
did that. But
well, that's because you won the Oscar. I mean, let's be honest.
no,
I
no,
mean, like, that's
and that's
still
understandably
marketing.
so. It helps, obviously the money train. I mean, if you had just where it says Interstellar, like what the hell's that? And then you see Interstellar, a Chris Nolan film, you'd be like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, now I'm interested, without
Yeah.
even going into it.
Well,
So
I'm okay with them advertising in movies, like in the trailers, and being like, from the people that brought you Interstellar, or the people that I said that backwards. The people that brought you the Dark Knight trilogy bring you Interstellar. You know, like that is enough. But the film itself needs to stand alone. You can't be bigger than the fucking film. You can't. It's just.
Okay, well,
I guess this is just a broader point of people. The reason a lot of Hollywood studios are remaking films and a lot of directors are calling these that theirs is because they no longer have fucking respect for the art of Hollywood, or excuse me, the art of filmmaking. Hollywood has lost it. I'm all about making money. I have no problems. Make your money, make as much as you possibly can. We live in a great capitalist society where we have free markets to where you can do whatever you want as long as somebody's willing to pay for it. But,
Republican.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. But first of all, I don't support Donald Trump, so let's not lump everybody into that same category.
Let's not get into this. Well, let's bring it back here because when we're talking
Yeah.
about like people who you follow a certain type of I guess celebrity, whether it be a writer, whether it be a director, whether it be an actor. Like here's a for instance, as I'm looking on a list right now, is that the Pink Panther movies with there's obviously two types. You can go Peter Sellers Pink Panther, or you can go Steve Martin Pink Panther. Right now, I like Peter Sellers. I mean. He's he is Inspector Clouseau, right? But when you make it into an updated version, then you're throwing just names. You're throwing a known actor, comedic actor Steve Martin. You're throwing, I think Beyonce was in that or some shit like that. Or
She made the greatest music video of all time to that movie. But continue.
so you're as a studio, you're just kind of taking something that you already own and you're just throwing names at it. Boom, 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 and then that way you can advertise names. Arthur is another one. I love Arthur with Dudley Moore, right? A fantastic fucking movie. Loved it.
Oh
Liza Minnelli's
yeah.
in it too. And then the studio was just like, all right, well, let's make it because we know who's hot right now is that this British guy Russell Brand. He's pretty hot right now. He could do the same thing too because he's just kind of like this party eccentric British guy, and he looks good
Good
in a top
point.
hat. So
Good point.
we'll get him in there. We'll throw a bunch of names: Helen Mirren, Jennifer Gardner. We'll throw a bunch of these hot names right now, and we'll make the movie in a month because it's just easy. It's just easy, dialogue, boom, 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 and all of a sudden we just made our money back. Then profit too. So it's just kind of how same with Poseidon.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Because you had the Poseidon Adventure in the '70s, and then you have Poseidon with Richard Dreyfuss in the remake.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Well, there's one movie that came out this year that I'm surprised neither of you have brought up yet, or maybe we haven't had a chance to. Because Eric, I agree with what you're saying about the Money Train, and this goes with my point. Is they remade Birth of a Nation, the most racist film of all time, and they completely turned it around and told it from the African American point of view. But that's not what it's about.
No.
Like I'm
Right. You're
no.
right. You're exactly right.
I mean, I don't support slavery. I mean, come on, I'm not going to sit here and do my political views on it, but I'm whatever. But Birth of a Nation is a film from, I believe, 1915, and I seen that in college. I had to write a paper about it on college. It's a almost 2-hour black and white silent film about slaves uprising against a small white town, and the KKK comes in to save the day. And black people were not allowed to be in movies at the time, so then they put all white people in blackface, and they
Nice.
dressed like monkeys, and they acted like monkeys, literally.
Jeez.
And that was directed by D.W. Griffith. Now, that was the original Birth of a Nation, and the reason why it's a classic is because of what D.W. Griffith did with the camera. He would be pre-Orson Welles, because if it wasn't for Orson Welles and Citizen Kane, we would not be having some of the technical shots that we have now. However, though, how do you do that? Why do you remake Birth of a Nation now? Is it because of the Black Lives Matter movement? Is it because Selma was a big deal? So you're going to pull something out of public domain? It doesn't make any sense. And that was to go off of my argument with you, Eric, on that. Because yes, I totally agree with you. Let's just crank out bullshit for no reason.
I think you're both right on that. Like a movie like that, they remade it for political correctness. You know what I mean? I'm okay with the ideas of like reimagining movies. We just talked about this, or or even translating a movie into a series. Like the movie Limitless itself was not that great, but it actually kind of translated into TV. They have a TV show now, and they've made it an extension. Like Bradley Cooper is in the movie, but now he's in the TV show, and now he's like the president of the United States because he takes his pill.
Yeah.
Like it's an extension, and it works, and that kind of works because it's like an episodic sort of CSI kind of thing that kind of works.
I actually
But,
like that movie.
I didn't say it was. I don't think it was awful. I enjoyed it.
It was
wasn't like,
it was enjoyable.
Yeah, it wasn't like the worst idea ever, But like stuff like that works, and that's so. I guess this is just a long extension of saying I agree with you guys.
No, that's a way to do it. There have been a lot of movies where it's turned into a TV show after.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And those, those obviously are usually short-lived because TV shows don't. It's kind of like how an actor turns into a musician, and they can't do it, but musicians can turn into actors.
Yeah.
It's a
Nice.
one-way street. It doesn't. It only works for
Bruce Willis, Johnny Depp.
Yeah, exactly. These people they don't work well on the screen. Eddie Murphy,
Eddie Murphy. Yes.
Yo.
Don Johnson.
While we're doing this, let's
Love
sort of
Hewitt.
transition a little bit into like remakes that we actually like or think that are better.
King Kong.
Oh God, I hated the new King Kong.
Well, then you don't like the original King Kong then, because that's the original script.
I like it for its nostalgia more than I like it as an actual film.
So
but I'm talking like for the one that I'm thinking of is in top of mind for me is True Grit.
Okay.
Well, hold on, just hold on.
Hold on.
Hold on now. King Kong. That movie that you saw was the actual script. Google this for the love of God. Look it up, because I own the 3-disc collector set, not only from the original King Kong, but the Peter Jackson King Kong. Peter Jackson was a huge mega fan of King Kong. He has, on the special features, he showed he has the original Kong puppet. He has the original T-Rex puppet. He also has the pterodactyl puppet. The originals, because they only made a few of them during the film. He also has the shooting script. What happened was they filmed back in the 30s in 1933 when the first King Kong came out. They filmed all those scenes that we did not see in the original King Kong, right? What happened though, they shipped it off to Germany to get fucking edited, and the German guy who was editor fell asleep at the reel smoking a cigarette and burned half of the film.
Oh jeez.
So it was the film that we got. So the King Kong remake actually is the real script to King Kong, and that's why that's amazing, because it's better, because it is what they originally filmed. It was the original vision. That's my 2 cents.
Well, sometimes you get a blessing like that helps you just kind of I guess recreate something.
That's awesome though, right? I mean, like some German guy fell asleep. Like for an example, just one thing I'll show up. You guys all seen the Kong remake with Peter Jackson, I'm assuming, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
The insect pit, which just is like with those big leeches and those big crab things come out and start eating people.
Sure.
When they fall into the pit. That was filmed because Peter Jackson was showing stills from the actual King Kong movie from 1933 of the actors, the original people in the original film, inside of an insect pit getting attacked by those creatures.
Oh, jeez.
It's just that the film was burned. Half the film was gone.
Well,
So they just edited it to put together the way it was. So that's why I love it. That's a great remake.
I'm excited for the new one to come out. I mean, I think that'll be even better than Bo's. But well, I mean, yeah, you're talking about because it's been remade a few different times. You're talking about first a black and white version, then you're talking about a Jeff Bridges version, and then you're talking about a Peter Jackson version.
Yep. And of course, the Jeff Bridges version, I pretend didn't happen.
So. Why not? I mean, you got a ride out of Universal Studios for it, yeah, right?
Can I tell you something real quick, guys, on that? Because this is embarrassing, but since you brought that up, I'm going to tell you this. My aunt and uncle live in Florida. They live by the Orlando area, still to this day. And every year from birth to probably till about high school. I went down there for Easter break. Okay, and one year I was 10 years old, and we went to Universal Studios and rode all the rides, loved them, and I was a big fan of King Kong. I loved King Kong. I watched that original all the time when I was growing up. I wanted to be a puppeteer because I knew it was stop motion, But anywho,
We all have dreams.
we all have dreams. But anywho, the reason I'm telling you the story is because they had the King Kong ride at Universal, and it was based off the '77 King Kong. And the line for this, I guess my mom would tell it better because she was an adult and I was 10 years old, so I'm sure my version's a little bit skewed. But the line was probably 2-3 hours long to get on the King Kong ride,
Sure.
and they make the whole waiting line, make it look like the subway system of New York. So we're in the subway system of New York, quote unquote. And we get closer and closer and closer. I'm so excited to ride this ride, and all of a sudden I hear the monkey growl, "Roar," and
Yeah.
I piss myself and run away because I'm that
So this
scared.
wasn't like last year?
I was 10, Ed. I was 10.
Hmm.
But no, it's like, but yes, let's just go off that small little embarrassing story about how excited I was to ride that ride from the '77 movie, and then that growl just scared the shit out of me. And then 3 years later, I went and I had a blast and I rode the ride. But at that age, it was scary, especially a big giant monkey. Scared the fuck out of me.
Speaking of that too, Godzilla was a pretty good remake too. Not the Matthew Broderick one, but the new one that came out like a year or two ago. Last year, I think.
2014, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll
2014.
agree with that. I'll agree with that.
That one wasn't that bad either. Like I liked the way Godzilla looked. He looked fucking awesome. He got the atomic breath too. Is that what it's called? Atomic breath?
Yeah, it was Atomic Breath.
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean,
But
we got a bit of everything, and I thought visually it was fun eye candy. It looked awesome.
when he was on screen, I mean, I really, really liked the Godzilla remake, but I thought that the trailers lied to me. So I left the theater feeling like I got lied to.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm looking in the list here. I think there are two remakes as I'm looking, and this is obviously I'm trying to look for more, but two remakes that I can obviously say like with I mean, 310 to Yuma is a
Hmm.
fantastic
Oh,
remake. Like I know that you don't
yeah.
like Christian Bale, Ed, but it's hard to deny that that movie is fucking awesome. It was a
Isn't
fantastic
that
movie.
directed by Clint Eastwood?
With the new one is the 2007 is by James Mangold.
I'm sorry. I thought that was Clint Eastwood for some reason. But yes, 310 to Yuma is great.
You know what? And oh, you know what? Now I'm seeing it here. The Fly, David Cronenberg.
My favorite fucking remake of all time. Oh,
Uh,
I love that movie. That's like
well,
my
I guess
top 10 favorite movie of all time.
I guess for me personally, The Fly. I'm going back to the idea of like the original is so nostalgic for me that like the fact that you tried to remake it. I'm not saying the remake wasn't good. It was just to me, I just saw something different in that movie, that just wasn't quite as nostalgic for me that I didn't like it as much.
But the only
That's right.
reason that these movies, sorry to interrupt you, the only reason why these movies are doing well is because you have an updated technology.
Yes, yes. Oh my God,
And
the fly. Oh my
that's a
God.
valid point, and I guess the one exception I would make to that is like Ocean's 11. I really like the remake, but like the remake's really good, and it's actually a lot better of a movie. But to me, the original with the Rat Pack is just, and granted, it's a different story, but like, it's the same concept. But to me, like, in the end, the outcome's different in the original. I guess I would have to say that like if Ocean's 11, the remake is on at any point, I'll watch that, no problem. But
Sure.
the original you have to be ready for. Even
Sure.
though to me that's more nostalgic. That's my thought process and my design.
Oh no, it's the way that it's made. Ocean's 11 is made to where it kind of has these oh, Hayao Miyazaki calls these things called pillow scenes, where you have these transitioning scenes that go one from another that really just kind of buffer from dialogue to dialogue, and it's a fantastic
Mhm.
way to do it. the way that he's always done it is usually provide a still of like landscaping, kind of just to give you a better area or an idea of what the environment is in. And Ocean's 11 does it to where you'll have maybe a few of the characters walking from one end of the hallway to another one, and then they'll have some music playing. They'll have like a bass playing or something like that too. And
Mhm.
just that walk, just that physical kind of motion or that action to it, still tells a story, but it's bringing you into the next key plot point, and it's a great way to do it. So because it kind of keeps you going. You know what I mean? For the people who have short attention spans, it's colorful. It always keeps something going, and so you always feel like you're moving with everybody, and you're not falling behind them. And it's a great way
I
to
Okay.
do
agree
it.
with that.
Yeah,
I agree
it's
with that.
it's really it's a great way of doing it. But it's one of those weird things where again in remakes, as we talked about before, a lot of remakes just do better because rarely do they do better because a director or an actor shines through. Usually the story is already good as its own. I'll give you two case in points here. The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. You're talking
Yes,
about you're talking about remakes
yes,
from foreign, so from what, Sweden, or is that
yes. Sweden, yes.
Mhm.
to America? Both very good films, and it's tough to say which one's better because I think they're both excellent films. I saw both of them in theaters, and they're both excellent films. So to say which one is the clear winner, that's really up to you. I don't think there's any wrong answer, to be honest.
No, yeah, I 100% agree with you. I mean, like, Girl with the Dragon Tattoo US and Swedish version is great. I would like to know about your guys' opinion on the same country with Let the Right One In and Let Me In,
Yeah,
because I love
that's
both of those
Yeah,
equally as
that's
well.
me personally. Let Me In is a little bit darker in this. In a little. I could be. Maybe that's just me thinking like. But like I wasn't a fan of either in the sense that like I was kind of bored with both of them. But I saw the draw in Let Me In more so than Let the Right One In, because to me I've always understood the vampire lore to be like you have to invite them into your house. That you have to be allowed into through your door before
it's
anything can
it's a
happen.
different type of film, isn't it?
Yes, it
Yeah.
is. Yes, it is. And it's great though. I mean, like I think Chloe Grace Moretz is wonderful in it, and I think I'm the only person in the world that thinks she was good in Carrie, which has been remade 4 times.
Yeah, that has been.
So
I like both renditions of that one as well too. That just kind of goes to show you that the Swedes kind of know what they're doing as well.
Mm-hmm.
we haven't talked about the Blob from the '80s
Oh,
either.
That this wait until the new one comes out.
There's a new one.
I have to tell you this that I have the list of like over 100. There's 140 titles here of remakes that are from 2016 to 2020, from 2020,
Wow.
that will be that have been talked about or announced. So we already have a few that we like Ben Hur, Point Break, like I said before. But now you have
Yeah.
like Pet Cemetery. We've talked about
Ooh, Pet
we've
Cemetery.
talked about
Ooh.
Jumanji already.
Wait,
yeah,
they're
with the
remaking
Rock.
that?
Yeah.
They're telling a continuation story with Jumanji. Okay, I don't know. The only reason I know that is because The Rock has said that it's a continuation story.
Oh, okay.
So, so it's a sequel slash reboot.
No, it's in the same world, but they're different. They're different characters. This is what I'm assuming based upon what he had said. I don't remember what he had said verbatim, but I know he had said it's a different story in the same world. It's a continuation.
Well, we'll see how it goes. It's gonna be.
Fuck that.
I mean,
Fuck that
details
movie.
are really only I don't know. You never know until the movie's actually out, right?
Right,
Sure.
right.
American Werewolf in London.
They're remaking that.
I mean, that movie, out of every movie that has a werewolf in it, I still stand firmly that movie has the best transformation from
I
human
will.
into werewolf that has been on TV or anything like it.
I will agree with you, but I'm also going to put the bug in your ear and the listeners' ears
Howl.
that of that, that no howling,
Okay.
howling.
What was the movie that
Uh,
What was the movie that we?
Our first review ever was Howl.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
But check out The Howling if you guys have not seen that. That's my favorite werewolf franchise of all time. There's 7 of them, and that one came out the same year as American Werewolf in London, and they do the same exact kind of werewolf transformation on screen as well. It's a very, very
Oh,
close
jeez.
second. The guy who did the werewolf transformation in Howling is the guy that did the creature effects for The Thing. So that gives you a good idea about how amazing those are.
Continuing the list, Never-Ending Story. See what
nah,
Why?
stop it.
Why?
Stop it.
Why? Stop.
Yeah, it's
Atreyu!
War Games.
I
They
don't care.
that
That's fine.
actually.
That's
Oh,
fine.
okay. I mean, Time Bandits. How about that one?
Hmm.
I loved Time Bandits.
Yeah.
Anything by Terry Gilliam is fantastic, including Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Didn't
Thank you
they
very
just
much.
do? I'm sorry. Didn't they just do Straw Dogs 2?
Oh
Not,
shit,
Straw
did
Dogs
they?
as well, not 2. Straw Dogs
Well,
as well.
that was a while. Yeah, that was a little bit ago. That was started James Marsden. Yeah, Straw
Okay.
Dogs, baby. Yeah.
Fuck James Marsden.
Which is
Continue.
all right. I mean, I don't know. Straw Dogs wasn't like those movies are just kind of again those are like just date movies. You know, kind of like My Bloody Valentine or Last
Mhm.
House on the Left. Even though rape isn't really what you call a date movie, but
Depends on if you're Bill Cosby or not.
yeah,
Actually, hold on. Before you guys
good
continue,
call.
thank you so much. Thank you so much for bringing that up. Before I
Date
continue,
rape?
that's one of my least favorite. Pissed off, want to punch Hollywood in their face for doing Last House on the Left. How dare you touch Last House on the Left? Me being a horror guy. Now, for the fans that don't know me, or for you guys just in general, I was raised on horror. I was raised on Halloween, Nightmare, Friday the 13th, Child's Play, Poltergeist, Hellraiser. I mean, it continues. I mean, that's what I watched
Hills of
all the
Eyes.
time.
There's another one.
Hills Have Eyes. Like, I mean, but the remake is great. But when I
More
saw,
rape, by the way.
yeah, I just don't understand why they completely pissed on Last House on the Left. That's not what that movie was about. The movie was not supposed to be Hollywoodized at all, and it was Hollywoodized. And it's guy's head getting blown up in a microwave. I mean, come on. I'm sorry. I just had that rant for a second. I really hate that movie.
Uh, Akira. Everyone's been talking about that because Leonardo DiCaprio has
Yeah,
expressed interest in it, and hopefully, it will be a. Well, people were talking about it being a live action, which would be pretty cool to see.
that'll be interesting.
There's a lot more here. American Psycho is on here.
They
Uh,
can't remake American
they
Psycho.
can't
That
remake Escape from New York, but apparently they are going to. They're gonna do
they
heavy
can.
heavy metal too.
They
We're
can make
remaking Heavy
Escape from New
Metal.
York.
That's what it says on here on the list.
Are they getting Sammy Hagar to sing? You know, actually, it'd be apropos if they got David Lee Roth to sing the lead the
That
song.
well, you know that he's available.
They
Yeah.
can make any John Carpenter film they want because John Carpenter is terrible. I don't know how he gets the credit that he gets. The motherfucker made 2 good movies, and that's it. And the rest of his movies suck.
How about
So I don't.
this?
I
For
go
all,
ahead.
for your black comedy needs, how about House Party?
Mm.
Oh shit! They're making House Party. Oh
Yeah.
my god!
Right
What are they
after
gonna
they
have?
remake Soul Train.
What are they gonna have? Michael B. Jordan as the guy with the big fro? Is that what
No,
they're gonna do?
it's gonna be like Kevin Hart and like Michael Epps probably. You know, I don't. It doesn't. I'm not gonna click on it, but I'm just saying. You know, whoever name black comics that are just kind of in every kind of black comedy movie. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I enjoy them, but it's the roles are far and few between for a lot of black actors, which is a problem. Except unless you're Tyler
Yeah.
Perry, who just happens to just go into fucking everything, whether you're Star Trek or anyway,
Yeah.
or Ninja Turtles.
Eric, you're forgetting the golden rule. Once Oprah endorses you, you are set for life.
Oh,
It's
is that
true.
what it is?
Oh yeah, because she she's endorsed him since he came out. She thought he's the greatest thing since Spielberg.
I guess
What?
that is also helps the case for what's her name, Gabrielle Sidibe,
Don't know who the fuck that is.
Precious.
Oh, thank you. Yes, I Precious, love Precious.
Flight of the
Precious.
Navigator is gonna be. Oh, Videodrome. Why would you touch that one?
If you
Here's what I
There's
want to know.
so many more.
If
There's
I'm reading
so
the
many
same
more.
list you are, Are they really, really, really remaking All Quiet on the Western Front?
Yeah, why
Yeah,
not?
it's yeah.
Oh my god.
You know what? One movie. Okay, so there are three movies on my list that they never should remake. I think that'd be a fun discussion.
Okay, go
Number
ahead.
one movie, number one movie they should never remake. This is my top three. Number one movie they should never ever remake is Jaws.
Sure.
There's no reason. Number two, Jurassic Park.
Well,
They kind of did with Jurassic
too
Yeah.
fucking
World.
bad because you're gonna get a sequel, another one.
Yeah, I know, but it's not a remake of Jurassic Park like it wasn't called Jurassic Park. So I'm gonna,
Yeah,
I'm just
you're right.
gonna,
It's still
yeah,
continuing. God,
yeah.
yeah, you know, I'll save it. I'll bite my tongue on that one. But
I'm
you know what?
interested to see what you
Just
say about it. Go ahead, please. I want to know because you and I have been. The fans are dying to hear this. Ed's dying to hear this. You
if it's
brought it up before. Why do you hate Jurassic World and I love it? We should fight right
it's a
now. This would be
goddamn
great.
fucking abomination to move. You know what? And I'm sure that Michael Crichton doesn't give a shit because he's getting a paycheck. He just like,
He's
hey,
dead.
his family's getting a paycheck. It's like, hey, you know what? Let's take your creation and let's just fucking bastardize the shit out of it. Let's insult the people. Everyone
How did
who's
they? How though? Please explain. How did they bastardize? I mean, please explain this to me,
I'll give you a great example. The hype train was
please.
building up for this. They were on forums where people were just like, "This movie's gonna suck," so blah blah blah. I'm like, why? There were people that predicted the movie start to finish exactly how the movie was. It's like, okay, we had this, park is reopened, bigger than better than ever. Everything seems to be great. We're gonna, everything's normal, everything's going good. But we're gonna make a new dinosaur. We're not just gonna make a new dinosaur. We're gonna make it the biggest and the baddest and the fucking whatever dinosaur because science, right? We never stop to ask why, right?
Sure.
Or that whatever that Jeff Goldblum quote is,
Chaos theory.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It's like we never stop to say whatever the hell. And obviously, what happens? The dinosaur gets out because that's just what happens in Jurassic World. Dinosaurs just fucking escape. And whether it be because of the negligence of one person, or because of negligence of another person, or because they just don't fucking think things through. Like they just, like so many different security measures could have been taken into place to make sure the dinosaur couldn't escape. But you know what? Fuck it. Let's just do that. And so that all happens. Everything runs a fucking loose. We gotta get everyone off the island. No, we can't let everyone get off the island. We'll lose all of our money. Let's keep them on. That way we can have awesome fucking death scenes of the dinosaurs just killing people. And sure enough, that's what happens there. Pterodactyls come in, everything else comes in, start killing people left and right. Fantastic. Everyone leaves. Let's have the main character stay on the island, have plenty of opportunity to just leave or like run away from here. But no, no, let's kind of stay in the area around the dinosaur fight while this, like, fuck this and everything else, it was insulting. And then at the end, I told you before, the only reason how okay, the guns aren't gonna work, bombs aren't gonna work. We're still on the island because we can't get to the boat for some fucking reason. So what's the only way that we can fight this dinosaur? With another dinosaur. Is somebody still in the control room? You are. I told you to leave, but I don't care. You're still there, and that's great. Open the padlock doors, or open the doors to the T-Rex facility. And it's like, okay, fine, let's open them fucking up. And then she's gonna take it. She's gonna run. She's gonna outrun a dinosaur because that's what you could. I could. You know. You're going to outrun a
Okay.
Tyrannosaurus Rex. You're going to run it into an already fighting dinosaur who, by the way, doesn't eat you, just likes to get down real low, stare at you, and then roar. And think about killing you, but not just yet, you know? And then
Sure.
do maybe a few tail whips that you can just easily dodge, you know? Or
Sure.
how the dinosaurs can run through buildings or something like that, and they come demolish like kiosks and everything else. But you throw some doors at them, and you put like a broom handle through the doors. Oh well, you outsmarted that one, didn't you? You can't dinosaurs can't bust through the doors, but they can bust through fucking buildings and walls and shit. But not those doors. All right. So then they get the dinosaur going, and then sure enough, how does it end? It just pisses me off, man. It really everything about it was just predictable. You could tell that they were leading towards the water. I wonder why you're leading towards the water because that one shot of the big dinosaur that we saw in the fart. Yeah, it just fuck this.
Okay.
And why the hell is the dinosaur jumping out of the water and onto the thing, but yet the only thing separating it from the millions or the thousands of people watching the dinosaur eating that shark is like a little piece of glass. Like, obviously, that thing could just jump up and just kill everything, but no, I mean, alright, whatever.
Yeah. Well, here's my argument. My argument on that, and this is not a Jurassic Park debate, but I wanted to hear your opinions, and thank you so much for sharing because I know you've been holding that back for a while now.
Yeah, I mean, everything about it, alright, I won't, but yeah.
But
And
how
then,
is
and
that
then
any
I
different
walked out of that
from
movie wanting to buy a Mercedes Benz.
Sure, but how is that any different from Jurassic Park? You see, here's my thing though. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm the only person in the world that believes this, but I think The Lost World and Jurassic Park 3 are utter dog shit.
Yeah, no, those are
And
horrible. The only thing that's good is
and
the first one.
yeah, the first one. So I think what they wanted to do, and this is why I think the kids stumbled upon the original visitor center from the first movie in Jurassic World, was because they hit the notes park. If you really think about it, Jurassic World is Jurassic Park, just with a little bit more pizzazz to it. Now, the only thing that I will give you merit for is why the fuck do they not get off the island? There's nothing stopping them. Because you're right, there is nothing stopping them. But the reason why that they couldn't get off the island in the first movie is because there was a huge tsunami coming. So that made sense.
Everything in the
But
first movie was explained. The reason why the dinosaur pens went down, the reason why the servers went offline, the reason why everything went fucking chaos and batshit was because it was explained. Because Wayne Knight was working in the inside job and was trying to
sure,
flee, and obviously he had to do it in a rush because of he had to get the East Dock because of the storm that was coming too, and it obviously
sure,
just fucked everybody over too. And at the same part too, because John Hammond, he said he spared no expense when actually he did. And it reflected more so later on in the end of the movie when he was just like, okay, actually I cut a lot of fucking corners here. I didn't pay my employees well enough. I didn't pay for resources well enough. He was cheap. Everything in the park was very cheap, which is a big reason why the dinosaurs are able to bust through the cheap ass fucking drywall. Is because it's
sure.
drywall. It's not wood. You know?
Drywall. My question to you guys, and I just want to say this because I'm a fan of nerdum. Eric and Ed, have you guys ever read the Jurassic Park novel by Michael Crichton?
Yes.
Yes.
You guys have both read it. I prefer the novel than Steven Spielberg's movie because I feel that Michael Crichton, the author, does not like dinosaurs. I think because we don't get a dinosaur until what 150, 200 pages in.
I don't
Um,
remember.
Ian
In the
Malcolm
beginning,
dies. Well, yeah, I know, but after
it was
that,
the okay, I get you. Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
know what I'm saying? I mean, Ian Malcolm dies. They destroy the island with nuclear bombs. Um, eh, they're not as extravagant. The dinosaurs are not extravagant as in the movie. I actually just prefer his novel more because it's darker and it has more to say. To me, I feel the book's more intelligent. But however,
Well, but
Books are
that's
um,
books
every
are
book
always
ever
better.
written.
Yeah.
yeah, sure. I like Jurassic World because of the simple reason of this, Eric. And I'm not going to go into a long debate. This is a simple sentence. I felt like I was owed a great sequel, and two and three shit on that. So this was better than Lost World and three, in my opinion. So I got this. I got my sequel that I wanted.
Sure.
The only thing that I in Jurassic World absolutely hate, Eric, is Chris Pratt training raptors. That
See,
is that is
Yeah.
stupid.
the other part
That
right
makes
there.
no sense. I hate that raptor thing. Now, when the raptors turn on him and go batshit insane, I enjoy it because they're animals.
Now, wait a
They
minute. They
are,
don't turn on him. They go to a new alpha, which is the
Oh
hybridosaurus or
yeah,
whatever the fuck they
they
call
had
it.
a company meeting. Did you hear about that? Did you see
Yeah,
all that one? Right?
yeah,
They
yeah.
sat
But
down. They had a little conference. They weighed the pros and cons, and they said, you know what, we're gonna roll with you for a little bit.
but Ed, this is how it contradicts itself though, because they say, oh, fuck this new dinosaur. because he's evil and the T-Rex is fighting him. So we're going to join forces with the T-Rex and fight the big dinosaur that we were alpha with. No, I mean, like, the raptor part is stupid, but I like the world that it created. I like that the theme park has been around for years. It gives me the sequel that I wanted. So that's my argument with Jurassic World. Do I think it's great? No. Are we going to get a sequel out of it? Probably not, because it's already been a few years and there's been no talks of a sequel.
Well,
I think
So
there is. I think there is.
yeah, I
I've
thought they
not
were
seen
gonna.
anything.
I heard rumors that just because it did really well, and oh yeah, here we go. Yeah, the Blob is confirmed. Director Simon West. It will star Samuel L. Jackson because why not?
No, 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 no,
Didn't you
no,
see Deep Blue
no,
Sea? A
Hey,
motherfucking
no,
shark
how
ate
about this?
no,
me.
Just to help
no.
with the other horrors stuff, they're going to be remaking Cabin Fever.
They already did
Oh, they
that.
already did that.
It's already being remade.
Yeah, it's already out. Looks like they're going to be doing another Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yep, and they're also redoing it. We've already seen the stills
Yeah, seen that one.
for
They're going to be
no
doing
reason.
another Friday 13th. It comes out 2017.
We're gonna
Director is
review
Breck
that.
Eisner.
We're gonna be
Uh,
reviewing that one.
they're going to be they're doing another Spawn.
No, no, no,
Yeah,
no,
no, that's a
no.
perfect example of a technology update because that one was all CGI and it was horrible 90s CGI. I liked the
Which is
movie. It was cool. I owned the movie. Badass. Love me some Spawn because Spawn's a badass. I love me some Spawn. And this will be a good one. This will be a good one. Especially
okay.
because but you know what though? Like Michael Jai White was a pretty badass Spawn.
He was, wasn't he though? And what's his face was in it? That I
John Leguizamo,
no, Michael Sheen. He was the bad guy.
Martin Sheen.
Martin Sheen. It's like
Yeah.
what the fuck? Anyway, that was me though.
So I don't know. There's a lot more coming up. I'm not even touching half the list here. There's a new Alien Nation. You guys used to watch that show?
Doing Alien Nation as a TV show or as a movie?
I don't know yet. It just says that there's a new version of Alien Nation coming out.
Well, look, I think we can all agree that maybe I'm wrong, but I think we can all agree that we like, oh, we are split down the middle. There's a lot of remakes that we like, and there's a lot of remakes we dislike, and there's a lot of movies that we love that they should never remake again.
I think we all
And
agree that remakes just again come with technology. The ones that we like are the ones that come newer with technology.
yeah, but see, that's why I said you can't remake Jaws because there's no way you can make that scary again. The only way they can come close is The Shallows, which I've not seen yet, and I really want
Well,
to see it.
yeah, you really don't need to because the live action stuff where it was just like prosthetics and actual like puppets and animatronics, it's a lot better than CGI stuff. You
Yes.
can tell, if it's fake.
Yeah. I mean, like, hell, for an example, we all like, correct me if I'm wrong, all three of us like John Carpenter's The Thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Fantastic.
What happened to the remake there, or the quote unquote prequel?
Yeah.
It's terrible. It was absolutely terrible.
You're talking about
And there's
the new
there's no
one
reason.
that came out like what was it, 2012 or something like that?
2011, it was the prequel. It was the Norwegians. Because remember the movie ended with them chasing the dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't
So
my favorite, but I think it was just one of those where I'm like I walked out just going, eh.
yeah, there's just this. I mean, I've also there is something that's not a remake that I am interested in seeing now. You guys seen World War Z in theaters or
Yes.
whatever?
No,
Yes.
I've skipped that one.
Well, the sequel is starring Brad Pitt and directed by David Fincher. So, and he's my favorite director. So
Fincher, huh?
I'm really excited. It's on IMDb. He's on there as the
Damn
director.
it.
So Fincher is going to be doing World War Z 2.
Well,
I'm
shit.
kind of excited for that.
I guess that means I'm not getting a girl played with fire anytime soon.
You're never going to get that movie. He's done. I mean, really, Fincher doesn't do sequels. I mean, he burned that bridge with Alien 3 because of the studio. So,
Oh, whatever.
Which I think is
but
the only reason why you like him, by the way.
no, I like him because every single movie he made is good. I mean, tell me one movie he's made that's bad.
As I just
Uh,
closed the IMDb
well,
page.
Yeah. I
I
can
will
say
go.
I've never seen Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
That's an amazing movie.
So I can't judge that.
Sure.
And we already talked about how much
but
we like rape in movies, so you're
yeah.
Yeah, and that one's
Yeah,
got
I
the
mean,
fish
a
rape.
vicious fucking rape scene. So
It has a vicious. But think about it. David Fincher did Alien 3. He did The Game. He did Fight Club. He did Seven. He did
what's in the
Panic.
box?
He did Curious Case of Benjamin Button. He did Panic Room. He did Social Network. Girl with the
Gone
Dragon
Girl.
Tattoo. Gone
Gone Girl.
Girl. I mean, the guy is a genius. He's not made one bad movie. Tell me he's made a bad movie.
no, he's just
Well, let me pull up his IMDb page and we can go from there.
no,
I'm telling you.
he's making. I mean, whatever you say, obviously it outweighs. You know, the good way outweighs the bad here. So you
Yeah,
come up
there's
with
not
one
one
bad
bad.
movie, but I mean, he's got a bunch of others, a dozen others that are just like, yeah, those are pretty good. So and
Yeah, but
that's
if you think
fine.
about it, though, but for an example, look at Spielberg's filmography. The man's done some shit, but if you look at Fincher's, every movie he's made is pretty fucking solid.
I don't know. Spielberg did Freakazoid. and that and that and that should get its own that's coming back. Let's get the hype going for Freakazoid.
They please don't make Freakazoid. I'm just begging.
It's a fantastic show. That that show's too deep for you, Jordan.
It's way too deep. It's way too 90s for me. It's way too Smells Like Teen Spirit. I can't handle it. It's too much. It's way too much. Speaking of remakes, our next episode, we might as well just close it out. Our next episode is
Mm-hmm.
going to be Blair Witch, which I'm calling Blair Witch 3. This thing has 100% critic review on Rotten Tomatoes right now, fellas.
We'll see how it goes. Because some sequels and prequels actually do a fairly good job. The Planet of the Apes series, I think the newer ones are actually pretty good.
Well,
Right?
and
Those
let's
are
not
great.
let's not forget the movie we're doing after is the Magnificent Seven, and that's a remake. That's an old Steve McQueen movie.
That is a remake. You're right.
Which, if it wasn't for the show, I would not be seeing that in theaters. That's just my
You
two
know,
cents.
a,
Really?
a good western, dude, is like something that a lot of people I think don't know that they like it until they watch it.
Sure. No,
Because
no,
And
I would
when you
agree.
get
I
a
would
like
agree.
obviously like we talked about 310 to Yuma, just a solid western movie, or Appaloosa was a solid western movie, and you get these every once in a while, or True Grit, you know,
Yeah, True Grit.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
yeah, and we're like these are like hey, do you want to go see this? Like, not really. Hey, I'm paying. All right, I'll come. I'll with you. And so you go sit down and see it, and you're like, this movie was actually pretty good, because that's how it was with me in 310 to Yuma. Or my friend was just like, "Hey, I want to go see this movie. I'll pay you, or I'll pay you for your ticket to come see with me." Like, yeah, sure. Ended up walking the movie, going, "Holy shit, fucking loved it! Fantastic movie." So
Sure.
I think more people, hopefully, will get. I don't know. Hopefully, they'll get the Hateful Eight taste out of their mouth.
Hopefully, yeah, because Hateful Eight just killed me for westerns. But no, it's just I'm just not a Magnificent Seven kind of guy. I just never had an interest in it. But I'm doing it for the show, so I mean, I'm interested to see
I think
about it.
you'll like it. People like
I
that where it's
think
a ragtag group.
well that, and I think the guy who directed this, I can't remember his name, but he did Training Day, he did Tears of the Sun, he did Shooter, which in my opinion is one of the most underrated movies of all time. Which also recently had like a TV series or something like that that turned out to be awful. He did something. He did a couple other things. I can't remember what they are, but uh,
Sure.
like you know what I mean. Like those are some really awesome flicks.
Sure. No, I mean, like they're awesome flicks. I know the director. I know his work. It's just like I said.
The hell's his name? I can't remember.
If it wasn't for the show, I wouldn't be doing it. See, for me, the two movies that I'm hyped for the next 2 months is, and I guess that shows my horror nostalgia, is Blair Witch and Rings. Those are the two movies I'm excited for to review.
You know what? We'll see about Rings. I'm rolling my eyes, but I'll watch it anyway. But I feel like it's gonna be like a Paranormal Activity 4.
Oh, I don't think so. I think this one's going to be good because the sequel was dog shit, and I think they knew it. That's why it took them 15 years to do the new one. I mean, like, I think we're going to be blown away by Blair Witch, and I think we're going to be blown away by Rings. I could be totally wrong, but
But like, horror sequels are hard to pull off too. Not like slasher sequels, because slashers but you know what? I actually saw Conjuring 2 and I enjoyed that not as much as I did the first one. The first one is on a complete level of its own, but
Right? I know.
Conjuring
Yeah.
2 was actually pretty well done too. I liked it. James Wan directed that. He says that they're gonna make a spin-off of it called Conjuring the Nun. So the nun
Yeah.
that was in Conjuring 2 is gonna get her own movie.
Which I really like Conjuring 2. And Conjuring 1 is one of the most recent horror movies as an adult, as a 30-year-old man, that scared the shit out of me. So
Ghost stories for
I
yeah.
yeah, it was great. It was great. So we are excited to talk about with you everybody here. We're definitely excited to talk to you guys about Blair Witch coming out. We're excited to talk about that. We got Magnificent Seven, and of course we got other movies coming on here. We got to work on the schedule. So, but we really hope you guys enjoyed this episode. This was a nice little debate episode with you guys. I enjoyed myself.
Little discussion
So
there.
yeah,
Mhm.
it was a nice little discussion. Took us from a break from seeing the theaters. I mean, we're reviewing a movie every week here because of the summer, but now it's starting to die down and go back to our original schedule. So, but thank you so much for listening to this episode. Make sure to check us out on Twitter. Make sure to check us out on our website, movieguyspodcast.com. And of course, download this episode like everybody does, it seems like, on iTunes in the search bar, Movie Guys Podcast. And our logo, as my brother so uh, delightfully puts it, looks like a flaming pizza pie,
Hey.
Mhm.
but it's a film reel, so whatever. Tomato, tomato. I'm terrible at logos. So thank you so much, guys, for this episode. And Eric and Ed, thank you again for joining me on this. And we'll be back next time with Blair Witch. Talk to you guys then. Have a good evening.